Hey everybody, this is Ty Swartz at Swartz Portraits, and I am getting ready to head to Texas to Imaging USA. And while I'm there, I have a variety of shoots that I'm going to work on, and it's going to be a nighttime series of portraits. So what I'm going to do for this video is we're going to discuss every single piece of gear that I am going to be taking. I'm going to kind of go on to what each gear does, and then how I'm going to pack it. That way you can see the best way to travel with a lot of gear, but also do it so you're not overloading yourself with your clothes, your camera, and all the lighting that you need to take. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about what I'm going to be traveling with to Imaging USA. This is the Tamrac professional grade Anvil 27 camera backpack, and I use this especially when I'm traveling for shoots. I can put tons of stuff in it, carries my computer safely, and I also keep a couple of things in it that are really important for me. So let me open this up and kind of show you how I pack things and set things up. So what I keep in the top part here, gotta have this. This is one of my favorite things. It's a little target that I use. It's that way I can get color balance nice and quickly when I'm out on a shoot, and it folds up and it goes right in here nice softly. It also has a thing I can put on my belt in case I want to take it out with me and I don't lose it. I've lost these a few times. So this is the calibration target from Photo Vision. It's like 14 bucks on B&H. It's really cool. I always keep an extra Boeing mount for my quick switches because I use Westcott modifiers, so I need a quick switch. Sometimes I have a tendency to be hard on my equipment, so I need to get an extra part here and there. I keep my Apple computer here, so it's a MacBook Pro 13 M3, I think 128 gigabyte RAM. So this thing is pretty high speed, exactly what I need when I'm creating videos, photos, motion graphics. I can do it all at the same time, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so that's the outside of the backpack. What I do like about this backpack is I can put a tripod right here. This is a footer stand for the tripod. For this particular trip, I'm not going to be taking the tripod and putting it here. Something that I always keep on my camera bag is right here. I always keep my neutral density filters here for various lenses. Because I do like to shoot at 1.4, and sometimes during the daylight I do need to put a neutral density on there so I can get a nice, beautiful picture. So let's go ahead and open up the front part here. Let's do it this way. Nothing's going to fall out, but it always gives you kind of a moment of pause when you open it up like this. So inside of this Tamrac, I keep my card reader here, I keep my external drives here, I keep my camera body here with a lens attached to it. I keep a lens here, my strap here, I'll have a lens here and a lens here. I don't need too many extra things for this particular shoot that I'm going to be doing down in Texas because I have a very focused theme. So let me pull out what lenses I'm going to be taking as we're talking about things here. So let's talk about, this is the mirrorless lens. This is a 28-75 Nikon 2.8 lens. Now this isn't the S series, but this is great for travel. It's super light and it's versatile, so I can get super wide angles. I already know I'm going to be using this when I'm photographing inside of a car. I tried to do it the other day with a 50mm, and I just needed a little bit more, so I'm going to be taking this so I can shoot inside the car I'm going to be shooting. And then I also have the good old 50, nifty 50. This is a 1.4. I do like shooting with 1.4s, but I keep the 50mm in here just in case. You never know when a 50 is needed. I keep various cleaning cloths inside the camera bag also. I also use an R Sport from Black Rapid, so I can attach this to the bottom of the camera, put it onto my shoulder, and then I have an easy way of carrying the camera without worrying about dropping it. So it's not on my neck, it's more on my shoulder. And then I have my Workhorse. This is the 70-200. I think I got this in like 2007, so it's been a hot minute since I got this. But I don't use it as much, but notice that I do have a mixture of mirrorless and non-mirrorless lenses. I still use DSLR as my backup cameras. So I haven't fully made that transition over to mirrorless yet, but with Nikon making the FTZ2, I do have the ability to take and have this connect to my DSLR lenses. I don't see any differences. They're very nice, but this allows me to take the 85 1.4 lens, connect it to my mirrorless here. There we go. And so everything comes in nice and nice and easy. So on my Z9, I chose the Z9 over the Z8 because it allowed me to have a little bit more grip on the camera. I discovered that by the time I had added all the extra pieces and parts that I wanted for the Z8, I was basically building a Z9 and it was going to be about the same price. So I just went ahead with the Z9. I'm still using a D850 as a backup. In fact, we're filming on the 850 now. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to trade that 850 in, and we're probably going to get a Z8 or another Z9. I always have to have a backup camera because you never know when you're going to mess something up. You got to have a backup. So attached to this, I have a wireless shooter, which is perfect because when I am shooting with constant lights, I can always walk up and talk to the subject, get closer to the subject, make some modifications, but I'm also clicking. That way I'm not standing behind the lights where they can't see me. This thing has been a lifesaver for many, many different ways. What I do carry inside this Z9 is I have two express cards. So B&H Photo had a sale, I think last year, on these cards. So I have two 512 gigabyte cards. These are the Extreme Pros. Now, I almost shoot exclusively, in fact I do, shoot exclusively with SanDisk SD cards. I've never had any data loss, never had any failures, and I've pushed millions of prints through, or millions of images through digitally without any issues with the SanDisk. So what I do is I keep about a terabyte inside the camera. Now, if I ever use a terabyte on a shoot, I need to ask really what am I shooting, because that's a lot. So inside here, I do use the Pro Grade CF Express card, so that I can also read the old SD cards for my 850, but also knew the CF Express cards. So this is pretty fast. I do like it because it has a magnet and I can set it on something and it's not going to get lost or bumped. Now I do use a Samsung 4 terabyte SSD hard drive. This does work really good. It's rugged, it has a nice shell around it, and it works very nice with the USB-C. This is where I keep a lot of my photos on it, and I do keep it backup in the cloud, so as soon as it loads up, and then I'll just trigger it to back up into the cloud. So that's kind of what I carry in my camera bag. Of course, I always have a Virginia Professional Photographers Association coin, because there are Virginia members. Since a lot of us are retired military and we came up with the coins, I don't mind buying drinks, but every time I forget it, I'm always buying something. So I started packing the coins so I never forget it, which is good. So anyway, so what I'm going to bring up next is going to be the rolling case that I keep all the lighting and everything. Now that's what I'm going to actually check into the airplane as checked baggage. This right here will go with me on the plane. As much as I love flying and traveling, I don't trust the airlines for anything. So with the Z9 and all the lenses I carry and the computer I carry, that is just too much equipment to trust anyone with. So I carry this with me at all times. And then I'll have a carry-on bag. So I end up taking two bags with me. Whether I'm traveling to Europe or I'm traveling here in the United States, this bag is also set up and designed at the very top. I can put my FJ 400, so if I'm doing a beach shoot or doing a location shoot, I'll use the strobes. For this particular one, I'm going to talk about using the LED lights for nighttime shooting and not so much the strobes. But I do have this set up so I can travel with a single flash and a modifier. All right, so let's go get the rolling case. Okay, so I'm going to be taking a Westcott rolling light bag, and so I like it because it's easy to carry through the airport. Just uses one hand. I do have a few bit of things in it, so it makes it a little bit heavier. But what I like about it, it seals up. I have locks here I can put up here, so if TSA needs to get in there, I can use a TSA lock. It has 6 different locks, so it does seal it up pretty good. I didn't read if it was fully waterproof or not, but it feels like I could probably use it as a flotation device if needed. Okay, so let's take a look as we open it up here, what I'm going to be taking with me and what I have. Start out really simple. We'll talk about the carbon fiber bee-free Manfrotto. This is a nice light tripod. It's way lighter than the aluminum tripod that I used to carry around, but I've used Manfrotto tripods, I'd say for at least 25, 30 years. I just like the way they're built. I still have one I bought in 2000 that is still, I use in my studio, and it's a Workhorse. It's probably been to 20, 25 countries with me. This is the newer one I've gotten. So I'm going to try carbon fiber for 2025. I said that right now. Now, just to be clear, this Westcott rolling case is actually designed for FJ 400 lights, but I've kind of modified it for this travel, and I like the way that they have everything compartmentalized. So when I do travel and I'm using strobes, I'll put my FJ 400s in there, along with everything I need for those to shoot. But for this trip, my goal is to create nighttime portraits using LED lights, and I'm going to be doing different things down in Houston, down in Dallas. So you got to have another tripod. This is the second tripod. This also folds up. This is an aluminum Joby. It's not as sturdy as the Manfrotto, but what I use this for is I set either a second light on there, like a Pavo, a Nanlite Pavo, or I'll set it up so I can record using my cell phone, because I have a cell phone holder here. So this also folds within itself. That makes it nice and easy for travel. So both the tripods I'll put up here. Now this is designed for light stands. I can put 2 light stands here. But the light stand that I'm going to be taking, I'm just taking the one light stand. And this is a Manfrotto carbon fiber nanopole. It's really nice and it's convenient. I can use it as a light stand, but also if I push the button here, this thing will come out. And if I have somebody with me, they can hold the light right here. Or if I'm doing something by myself, I can definitely use this light stand by myself. So that makes it nice and easy compact. So let's just go through this part of the case here. So with that in here, on this side also, 2 Westcott, I don't know, 8-inch L's, so you can put them together. So I can put my light source, light modifier right above my head, and I can shoot right underneath it and still get onto my subject. I didn't know when I got these how great these are for putting out that light that far when it's on a tripod. And plus these are light, they're aluminum, and it's not too bad going onto this nanopole. Now these right here in the same compartment, these are the Nanlite Pavo 2s, but they're the 6C 10-inch. These are great for just using them as a blanket fill light. I can change them into pretty much any color I want. I can match the surrounding area, add a little bit light ambiance to it. I can make them flash, I can make them do different things. What I've seen a lot of photographers do now is take these and they're painting with them. I haven't got to the painting with them yet. I might do that in Texas if I have some time and I feel a little creative and I'm able to do that. So I keep 2 of them in my bag right here up front. They go on the bottom, and then these 2 aluminum pieces go here. Another monopod that I have, or tripod that I have, is something that I came up with a couple years ago because I was finding that I find like little pieces of water. I love laying on the ground and getting water, but I don't always like getting wet. So I was looking on the Manfrotto website, and they had this ittle bitty solid steel tripod. This is a 209. It's a great little thing. And then I got onto Amazon, and I bought an Oben ball head that was a lot smaller than what the Manfrotto's was. So I was able to buy that small piece here, and then I put that on here. So now I have a ball head that I can control. Now this thing will hold 25 pounds, so I can put my camera on there and not worry about it, or I can put one of the Pavo tubes on it. But this is an old Manfrotto quick release head that I have, and it just goes right here. So this is something I just kind of put together. It's a nice little monopod. It's perfect. It fits right in here nicely, and it holds a lot of weight. It keeps it low to the ground. I can put it on a table if I'm doing something. So it gives me a lot of options. Okay, so let's get into the light stuff here. So in the center part here, this is the light modifier that I use. This is a Westcott 24-inch beauty dish. I keep that in here. I can open it up and kind of show you. One of the reasons I do like the Westcott product is how I can use the switch to change out light modifiers quickly, but also how quickly I can bring up a light modifier and put it away. So there's the thing. Okay, so what I've done with this one is I've basically added an egg crate to it, and I folded it up in there. So what I've discovered with the LED lights, sometimes when you're shooting at night, you get a lot of light if you're not using the egg crates. Just using the diffuser is great, but sometimes I need to control that light more, so I just automatically bring that diffuser egg crate with me. And then I have the diffuser that goes inside of it here. And so when I set it in here, it sets in here just like that. And then I can grab this top piece here, right here, and then everything just zips up nicely. And then that's how quickly I can use that 24-inch, and you can see how that egg crate just sits there naturally. So, and then that'll just sit right in here. I do like the way that this case is made. It's nice and flat, so it's really easy to sit in here nice and flat. So it holds everything I need for that light. I'm not going to put it back together. I'll just move on. Okay, so I also, wherever I go, I've always wanted to have easy access to sandbags. So what I have is I have a sandbag, and then what I do is I buy Ziploc bags and I fill it with sand. So I'll be able to have a sandbag, but I'm not going to travel with it. So I keep it flat and I fold it in here. So I always have a sandbag with me. Because I'm using only one light, I just take the one sandbag. Okay, so let's get into the Nanlite. So this is the BG FZ60. This will hold 2 batteries, and then this will plug into the FZ60B and give me a lot of light. So what I'm discovering by adding the egg crate onto the Westcott 24-inch, I get a good 4 or 5 hours worth of light source, so I can go out and shoot forever. So I have 4 sets of batteries. Now I do like the way Nanlite has it set up, because it does work great with my Westcott system. But at the same time, these batteries are actually off my Westcott 18-inch ring light, and I said, hey, let's try it on this, and guess what? It works. So this gives me a little bit of gives me some time using it, but also I have a larger Westcott, the MP F9070. So this will give me twice as much time. So this will give me almost 7 hours of video time or light time. I'll never need that, but you know what? You never know when you need light, or sometimes when you're traveling, when's the next time you're going to be able to charge everything fully. But those sit in here nice and easy, and they just sit beautifully. The other thing that I'm going to be taking with me to Texas, well, here's the chargers. These are travel chargers. They fold up nicely. So this is actually off of the ring light. So what I can do is I can have 2 chargers, plug those in, and let either one of the lights charge. Then I have a Joby, like a mini LED light. Now this has three settings. You can control how much light you get, but at the same time it'll go I think 2700, 5500 Kelvin, and 6400. So you can kind of sort of match the light. This is great for filling in. I wouldn't use it for anything more than a fill light because there's a lot of spill. But it's a nice little light. And then during the Christmas party for VPPA, we had a white elephant, and I got this Ulanzi. This I used the other day photographing inside of a car, and it allows me to change colors. It changes the intensity, and also I can change the bicolors. I can make it red, I can make it RGB colors. So I'm going to try this out in Texas also. So when I go down to Texas, I'm going to end up with 5 different LED lights, so I can just fill in where I want to fill in with different light sources. My main light, of course, is going to be the large Nanlite. So moving on to the next compartment, this is my Nanlite adapter for a Boeing's mount. So what I'll do is I will put the Nanlite here, and then I'll put the light modifier here. I'll set this onto the light stand. That way it's nice and balanced, because by the time you add the batteries and the light modifier, you're not fighting and you're not trying to rip gears out. So this is a great thing. And then this is a Jameer's for my phone, and I can basically I can use it for a tablet also, but it allows me to record myself when I'm doing stuff. It has a head on it for the Joby, so that's all ready to go. So those are pretty much everything that I'll be taking with me to Texas. Now I do have this Nanlite FC60. So this thing is a beautiful little light. You don't need a huge amount of light when you're doing nighttime shots. So it has a small head. This is really powerful. And when I'm shooting it with the 24-inch, I'm putting it right onto the person's face. I'm using maybe 10% with the egg crate. And so that works out nicely. It runs on DC power, so the battery pack, but also it allows me, if there was any firmware updates, I can use that to update. And this is the spotlight, which I'll just use to kind of protect it while I'm traveling. It has an automatic fan on it, and then it's just regular mount. So when I put everything back together, put it back in here, I still have, 3 holes here and another hole here. But it gives me a lot. This will probably go, and with everything that I'm carrying, this is probably about 25 pounds worth of equipment that I'll be carrying. But this is the stuff that I'll put on the airplane. Not saying that it's easily replaceable, but it's not so much that it's too much gear to put into my backpack. But at the same time, it allows me to have a safe, protected carry-on bag with my camera. So if you have any questions, definitely hit comments in this. Or if there's something that I overlooked, I didn't talk about, definitely let me know. I'm still learning how to talk about what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the photograph that I did of Serenity using the FC60, but then I have a photograph that I did of Danielle using the same light setup. So one was set up in my studio, and the other one was set up on location, and the other one with Serenity was done in the vehicle. I also did another one with Ava yesterday, so I have 4 photos that I can walk through on editing and just talk about how I set up the light and things like that. But anyway, ask any questions that you might have. I hope to see you at imaging. Have a great day.